I can't take a hit for shit. Those guys with the shields fuck me up.
I wonder why though. If your defense is up, it's in
Because
the
the upgrade
second
path
game,
is
isn't it?
different.
Second game is the one where you fight a bunch of like heartless at the end. You have to like last a certain amount of time, right? Or is it
Yeah,
this one?
there's a part where like it's not even at the end of the game. It's just like when you're in Hollow Bastion,
Yeah.
there's like an open field and it is just a fucking
Heartless.
like war zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a meteor crash landing site, filled with Heartless. And then there's a thing where like if you keep pressing triangle, you like swim through them.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced the triangle button in that game, and I loved it very much.
I forget you
You
can
press
grind
triangle.
that.
It's press triangle to do cool shit. Is what that game is.
Mm-hmm. Execute? Can you execute somebody?
Almost. There's some moves with Heartless, whatever that you can interact with. These guys, they deal so much fucking damage head on.
Yeah. There you go. But they're easy to take down though, because they barely move.
Like, yeah, if I use them as a meat, God fucking damn it! If I use them as a meat shield, oh yeah, they're easy to take down from behind.
Because they really are just glass
Yeah,
cannons.
shit.
They do a lot of damage, but they can't take anything.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do,
Fucking good today.
A jiggle jiggle, a jiggle jiggle, a jiggle jiggle. That's what Choji looks like now.
This man is a straight fucking circle.
I want my dog to look like that, just a straight circle. I wish my dog just looked like a giant ball. That's all I wish. It'd be like 10 times more fun. Did I ever tell you the story how my blue Javi flipped his dog over like 3 times in the air on accident?
No.
No, okay. So
What the f-
Javi has his own dog, right? Javi got it for Christmas, basically. So 3 weeks go by, and we have the dog. So obviously she lays down in bed with us because she's a new dog. We're like, oh, just keep her with us for now, and then we'll train her later, which isn't good because then she still does anyways, even though we trained her. So Javi was laying down in bed, and Gaga was there with a blanket over her. So Javi thought, because she likes to climb underneath the blanket just to like get warm and sleep like that, like most dogs do or whatever. They usually go underneath the blanket and just chill. And she's a very lazy dog, so we're like, okay, so she's underneath the blanket, right? So what Javi doesn't know is that she wrapped herself up like 3 times in the blanket. So Javi's
So he
like, he's like, where's my baby? Where's my baby? So he tries to pull up the blanket, to like show her, not knowing that she wrapped herself up 3 times. So what he does is he lifts up on it like extremely hard. She flips 3 times in the air and lands on her feet, lands on all 4, and then just falls to her side. So she just like I was like,
Oh my god.
fucking tortilla.
it was the
Oh
funniest
my god.
thing. Because it's just pull, lift. When people try to do that trick where they pull the blanket, like the tablecloth off the table.
Without moving
It's
shit.
like that, yeah. But basically, he did that, pulled her so hard that she did 3 flips in the air, and just landed on all 4s and just fell on her side. She looked at him like she was crazy, like, "What you do?" It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I remember when I was a kid, we used to live in Modesto, and the house we had this long fucking hallway, and at the end of the hallway, if you would make a right, there was my parents' room. But it's like immediately when you make the turn, there's a door.
Yeah.
So it's like a very short turn.
No.
So we had a Chihuahua, and he was a fast little fucker, and he loved my mom. He was my mom's baby. So every time she would come home, he would just run from one side of the house to the other.
Yeah.
And one day she came home and like she went shopping. She came back and he was just losing his shit. Like, oh my god, mom's home, mom's home, mom's home.
Yeah.
So he's running from one. He's running to the living room. He's running to my room. He's running all the way down the hallway. She bought clothes. She went to her room to go put them up and close the door. And when he came back, all you hear is bam! And
I love stories like that, man. It's the best.
but he took it like a champ.
Do you have any pets, Truman?
Yeah, I got 2 cats.
You have 2 cats? Okay. Any funny stories with them? They do anything
Uh,
dumb like that?
These cats are the first cats I've seen not land on all fours.
What?
That's a story to tell.
That's a story in itself. How'd you figure that out?
Sometimes like when they were younger, we would like throw stuff above their heads. They would jump up and catch it in their mouths. And one
Oh,
time he jumped up and tried to catch it in his mouth. And he just landed right on his head, right on the top of his
Fuck
head. I'm like, what the fuck?
all in.
I've never seen a cat do that. I thought you were supposed to. Oh, and
the
then
next
I'm like,
round.
okay, my cat's retarded.
It's like, can I get a refund on this one? This is not a cat. Oh my god, that's so funny.
There's so fucking many of you.
Oh,
That is the
You're all getting the
funniest thing.
Thunderworks.
Oh man. I like that. I really do like that.
Oh my god.
You're just getting beat up
Cats
right
that
now.
yeah, yeah, that's why I'm pulling her out. Cats that don't fall on their feet. Wow.
I'm surprised my dog landed on all fours. That's what I'm surprised about. I was surprised because she's a very clumsy dog. That's why I was so
Switch.
surprised.
my cat's like that frog from Naruto. I'm so ungraceful.
Oh, what a Kenpachi's best friend. I'm so alright, but I'm so ungraceful. And then he does like 32 front flips, stabs a chameleon. In the
Yeah.
neck. He's just like, alright, yeah, I'm good. Oh
I
my
will
God.
try to be a cat, even though I'm so ungraceful.
There is one. I do have a story. My dog and Hobby's dog had a kid, right? It was a daughter.
oh,
It was a daughter. So, she was a very she's the runt of the litter, I would say. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She's very small and very very thin for a Chihuahua. She looks like a basic Chihuahua. If you looked up if you could imagine Chihuahua, that's what she basically looks like.
Huh?
So she
Mhm.
does it sometimes still, but she doesn't do it as often now because I think she's getting older. So I think she can't do it anymore. So when we first got her, we never let her outside. We don't let her go outside until they're a little bit older, until they can kind of like walk up and down the stairs, basically. You know what I mean? If they can't do that,
Yeah.
we leave them inside until they can, basically. So when we finally let her run out into like the outside, like from our stairs or whatever, from like off the stairs. So what she did was she ran down the stairs. I thought she was gonna do a front flip off. Mind you, it's like it's like 20 stairs, right? 20 stairs downwards, like to get to the bottom floor of this apartment complex. She ran on her two hind legs, just all down, all 20, did not fall. I thought she was gonna front flip down each one of them. She just
On her
ran
hind
it
legs or
on
her
her
front
hind, in her
legs?
front legs, in her front legs.
Oh my god,
She
what the fuck?
handstand down all of them. And I was so surprised. I swear to God, I said, "Oh no!" Like I was so. I was like,
It's like,
"What?"
wow, we should have let you out sooner. You were ready a while ago.
And I was like, "Oh, that's probably just the one-time thing." I was like, "Oh my God, I hope she never does that again." I got so scared or whatever. No, she does it every single time for like the whole 3 years. She
Fuck
did
it up.
and it scared me every single time because I was like, "Oh, she's gonna die."
She's gonna break her neck this
That's what
time,
I'm
but
saying, because she's super fragile. She's like bone skinny. You know what I mean? She's like old lady bone skinny. If you know what I mean? It's like she's that bone skinny, but she was able just to hold it, just all down 20. I was like she's like, I was like, oh my gosh, she's like built different. You know what I mean? She built different. I was like that. I think that was the most scariest and funniest thing. And we showed it off to all the neighbors. Like, look what our dog could do. I was like, come here. And she just.
look what our dog can do.
They all got scared. They all tried to catch her. They all put their hands out trying to catch her, but she just walked it. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with her? She doesn't do that as much anymore. She goes down normally now. There's some times where she does do the final steps or whatever, but even then, it's just she normal walks up. But I got scared that first time I saw that. I told her she was a clown. I was like, you're such a clown, girl. You have to go all the way back to the rooftop and close the portal, right?
Like I fought Maleficent and all them. Yeah, the portal. I have to go in there and I have to fight a giant Heartless. He does a shit ton of damage, but he's
Nice.
pretty slow and he keeps himself open a lot.
So glass
He looks
cannon.
like he could almost pass like a Monster Hunter monster if he didn't look so fucking cute. His face is like adorably cute, but he's so fucking enormous. He's like a mammoth.
What was that?
A mammoth with like a chibi face.
Do you remember that? Have you ever seen those pictures where it's like a cute face but like a really built body? You know what I mean? Like, ever seen those? Yeah,
The
like that.
fucking cat from Fortnite. The fucking Meowscles.
Yeah, like that.
That
Basically.
kind of shit.
He's basically exactly like that. Airplane go,
Stretch.
pachoo. Do you guys have any like funny traveling stories by any chance?
I passed out on a plane one time.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
And that's the thing though. When I was a kid, I went on, we were like going traveling, whatever. Plane rides are like, I didn't like them, but I was fine with them. Then like once I started hitting high school, or travel a little bit more every summer, that's when I started to grow like, I guess uncomfortable on planes for some reason. Don't know why. I would get like more nervous. And
Dude, you have
one
a giant
year,
tube flying 8,000 feet that can just drop at any moment.
at any moment, straight down, fucking Osama that shit.
Kamikaze.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Kamikaze with no target. Fucking, planes are in the desert.
All ocean.
So there was one year we were visiting my brother here in Florida. We were still living over there in Cali, so we would fly over here every summer, and we were all going and shit. And we sat down. The plane ride's going fine. I took a nap because it was like a fucking flight at like 4 in the morning. So once we sat down and took off, I fucking fell asleep. I wake up. It's like, I don't know what time it was, but like the sun's actually out. No, it wasn't fucking Home Alone.
You're heading back to Cali. They just say, you know what, just leave them on there. We don't need them.
Kevin.
So it's all Home Alone.
I just heard it. Kevin.
So what happened?
Don't tell me it
was,
dropped out of the sky, did it?
No, nothing like that. This was all just me. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like,
Okay.
I wake up from my nap, and I am just like immediately overheated. Like, I feel like I have just ran like 1,000 laps, and I am like short of breath, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And then I start really panicking because I was like, if something happens to me, I'm fucked. We are in the air. I'm not. There's no emergency. Fucking, you got to stick it out. There's no fucking EMT here, and if there is, like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to me. So like, I was like, you know what? Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm gonna like pour water all over my fucking face. Maybe I'll cool down or something. I get up. Someone's in there. And I'm like,
oh wow.
Oh fuck. I am just like burning. Like, I feel like I am on fire, like all over my body.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at this point, I am like, I'm fucking scared. I don't know what's wrong. So I guess the lady saw me like waiting for like the guy to open a bathroom or whatever, and she's like, "Excuse me, sir. Like, if you sit down, he'll be out in just a moment." And before like I could even respond to her, I was like, "Yeah."
You fell?
You passed out?
I passed out right there. I passed out, and all I. Okay, hold on. I didn't wait for like the longest time. The lady that was talking to me, she was like,
you fell on top of her and broke her
she
arm.
was short. I fell forward. She was like probably mid 20s, but she was this cute little thing. Like, she was just so petite.
She picked up and pile drive you to the ground.
I passed out mid conversation. I was talking to her, and I fell on her. She caught me. She dragged me towards like, because we were already in the front of the plane. She dragged me towards like away from where the bathroom was and towards like where they sit.
Yeah.
The securists. And she sat me on their seat, and she goes, "Okay, all right." I'm blacked the fuck out. I don't remember shit. I remember like opening my eye, and she said, "Sir, are you okay? Is someone on the plane that we could talk to?" And I was like, "There's a lady. Her name is Lily in this row. She's my mother. And before you ask, she is my mother because she's white. I'm brown. Get over it. It's her."
You said that to her.
I said that. I was like, because
Oh my God, you are something else. You know that you just pass out on some lady and you're gonna give her attitude like, "Don't ask about the color
Don't
and
ask
shit.
about
letting
my
her know-
colors.
I don't
Yeah,
want to hear it. I know I just
Eddie,
dropped my
because-
big ass on you right now, but I don't want to hear
exactly.
it."
You
I
know,
dropped
like
100. I
every
dropped 200
time,
pounds on you.
every time someone was mother, like, "Are you sure that's your mom?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure I popped out of that." Yeah, like, don't fucking question me. Just because the skin color is different, don't mean shit. That was like, I can already see her being like, "Are you Lily?" Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't think
You
so.
know,
I don't think that. I think if you're past out and they say, "Hey, give me Lily," I
No,
bet you she'd be like, "Okay, come here."
I don't.
Okay,
Your
blood
mother,
was
and you don't
dying.
even
through my
look that different.
brain at those moments. No blood's pumping through my fucking brain. So I have stupid shit on my mind.
But you can give her a
Anyways,
detailed encounter.
oh
like,
yeah,
I'm
give her
brown,
detailed
she
encounter.
white.
I'm
It
brown,
saves your
she's
life.
white, my mom.
And you give her. Oh my God.
Sure enough, she finds her.
I
My
mean,
mom's like, "Dude, what the fuck happened?" I was like, "I don't know." One moment I'm sleeping fine. Next minute I wake up overheated, freaking the fuck out. So we're fine. I end up sitting back in my seat. I got like a shit ton of fucking water.
Yeah, I
It was
bet.
like you know when you go to a restaurant and you're drinking your soda or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're not done with the shit, and the bitch comes by and just grabs it, refills it. Like,
Yeah.
refill, bitch. I wasn't done with that.
God.
Water in it. And I was like, all right, I'll just stay hydrated. And I was just like, oh my god, that to me was the most awkwardest experience ever because I never ever passed out during anything. I've ran a lot and like
Mhm.
barked afterwards. Like I've never fucking passed out.
Yeah.
I've actually passed out before. I passed out once.
Really?
It's scary, man.
Yeah, it was one. Well, I was like hanging out with my coworkers after work, and we got some skateboards, and we went to a park, and we just started drinking some beer, and we had like a joint, and we just sat down for a while on the skateboards, and when you sit on the skateboard, you're down really low in like a squat position. We were
Yeah.
I
sitting
remember.
down
I
for
fell my
half
ass.
an hour, 45 minutes, and then after we were done, we were gonna get up, and we were just getting ready to leave,
You
get on
got
the
up so
skateboards.
fast. I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
I
So
got
fast.
up super fast and I just went and I dropped, and my friend he was right behind me and he caught me, and I was like, I just looked up at him and I was like, what? I'm like looking up all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, what the fuck just happened? And he's like, dude, are you okay? Did you just pass out? I'm like, did I just pass out? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Dude,
That's
you just
It's
ate
it's
shit.
weird. You
Dude.
lose. I mean, you feel like you lose like 10, 15 minutes, but it was only like a second. Like, I
right?
felt like
Yeah.
I was out for 10 minutes.
That's crazy. I've never passed out, to my knowledge. I don't think I've ever passed out. Anything I can recall, anyways. I've never passed out. I had a friend though passed out during our final in human performance or whatever.
Oh,
Because they
what
make
was he
it-
doing?
They for every human performance, the last thing we have to do is it's like a certain training that some military guy did. It was the buddy training or whatever. So
Oh,
they-
is it like it's like a cycle of things you got to do, and you got like a certain
it's
amount of reps and all
you
of them.
and your partner have to do a certain amount. So they
Yeah.
made us do 1,000 push-ups. They made us do 2-mile run. What is Goofy doing? They made us do.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
3
1,000 push-ups.
Yeah, 1,000 push-ups. So 500 each
Use
for each
rule.
person. 2-mile.
Okay, just before you
Share it.
continue, you want me to believe that you did 500 push-ups?
No, obviously we cheated.
Is that-
We didn't do that. We tried to do as much as we can do. Because they only give us the whole period to do it. If we didn't do it, we got like a C, depending on how much we did, or whatever.
It wasn't like that when I took human performance at all.
Oh, I'm saying 500.
That's
It was
not what
probably
we
like it was
did.
probably just like 100. It was probably like 100 to be honest with you. It's probably like 100 or whatever.
Oh well, there wasn't like a certain amount of time you had at that station. Like you had to do like this many amount of push-ups, or
No,
just
the-
as many as you could in a certain amount of time.
No, we had a set number, and our whole thing was that you had the whole
Oh.
class period to do it basically. And like obviously the finals are like an hour long, so I give an hour to complete all these workouts or whatever basically. So we were going. mind you, It's
Gotcha.
hot too. I guess that day was like extremely hot. It was like like 100 something or like 90 something like that. And mind you,
Okay.
I don't wear like we don't wear like the normal like gym clothing. We always wear black shirts and black shorts or whatever. So we were cooking that entire day. I'm used to it. I don't ever sweat. I don't sweat that much when I work out. I don't usually, which is bad. That shouldn't be a thing. You should be always.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
always
perspiration's important. But come on, what was your friend doing? Why'd he pass out?
Because there was a thing that he did, like, midway through it. We had to do for some reason, they had an extra thing that we had to do, like, the wall ball. Where you got, like, a 20-pound thing and you toss it to a high point.
Oh,
or
yeah,
whatever.
medicine ball. You do
Yeah, the
squats
medicine
and you
ball.
throw it up at the wall.
Yeah.
Right?
So that was
Okay.
that was the last thing we did. This is, like, right after we ran, like, 2 miles. This is after we did the push-ups, the squats, the pull-ups. And we did the step-ups, I think. Or, no, it was the... dumbbell thing where you have to like pick up 2 dumbbells and you have to like sprint across the field. You know what I mean? Like the little dumbbell run.
Yeah.
Oh,
whole-
farmer's walk.
Yeah, very good. Farmer's
Right.
walk. Farmer's walk. That's what it was. Farmer's walk.
Okay, yeah,
We're
I got you.
cooking. I'm fine with it because I'm like, I just gotta push through it. I'm just doing it. We're doing whatever. He's cooking. He is.
Well, you're
sweating.
cheating. You're
Yeah,
not doing
obviously,
most of it.
No, I just say what I did. I was like, oh yeah, I did it for sure. He's cooking. He's sweating. So what he does that at the ending, the last thing you have to do is you have to go to the medicine balls. Basically, that's the last station you have to do after you do all the other stuff, which sucks though because it's like it's kind of good because you're in the shade. I think that's why they did it because it was in the shade. We finish it. He does his last thing. He grabs it, but he stumbles with it. I see that he like wobbles a little bit. I was like, hey, just drop it. We'll just say we did it. We'll just say we did it. He's like, all right, cool, cool, cool. So he's stumbling. He's like wobble. You know what I mean? He's like wobble. Like
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's the funniest.
He's got
thing.
sea legs.
Yeah. I was like, hey man, we did it. We're doing. He's like, okay, cool. Like you did it like in like 55. Like we did it like in 50 minutes, basically the whole thing from cheating, obviously.
Okay.
I was like, all right, cool. You guys get an A. We passed the thing or whatever. So he's like, you don't look so good. Go get some water. He's like, okay, but like he like stumbles a bit. He gets to a
No.
trash can. He vomits. He just straight like bleh, like that, right?
That's always step one is to get the fucking vomit out your system.
So then he vomits the one time and he's coughing. He was like, oh, hey, he's throwing up. He's like, it's let it good. Just let him throw up. And then let him get water. And he's like, so he starts throwing up. Midway through the second vomit, he passes out mid vomit. So,
No.
so, but thank
That's
God
the
though.
first time to
Thank
pass
God though.
Did he pass out into his vomit?
No, thank God.
Like
that it
into the
happened.
trash can,
No,
like.
no. He vomited
Like
to the
Riddler.
side. He vomited to the side. So
Got
he's
you.
like, and he tipped to the right, and he almost hit like there's the near the human formation there's that little like step up thing where the rock is. And
Yeah.
you had to step up to it.
I remember
He
that.
almost hit those rocks. I caught him barely. I barely caught him. I like his head was like a couple like it wasn't that close to it, but it was like a couple feet from it. You know what I mean? Because it's like that
Yeah.
motion where he's almost like parallel to the floor basically. He almost smacked into it. I
Yeah.
grabbed him. And I sat him up straight up. I like, mind you, I'm kind of sore from all the workouts, so I pick him up like I pick him up barely, and he's still vomiting, knocked out. I said, oh my God, I didn't get any on me, thank God. But I was like, oh my
Right
God.
there.
I was like, hey, wake
That's
up.
a real friend right there.
Wake up! I started smacking him. I was like, "You're not supposed to do that, obviously." But I was like, "Hey, wake up!" He's like, I was like, "Ah." I wanted to drop him, to be honest with you. I was like, "I don't want this man throwing up on me." I was like, "I don't want him on me." So obviously he's like, "Hey!" So the coach comes in, the guy who like coaches the football team. I was like, "Coach!" And he runs it. He's like, "All right." He's like, "Oh well, I'll take him to the office." Like, yeah. What do you mean? And homeboy goes straight home. Mind you, this is like third period, so he went home for the rest of the day. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
my God, dude. I was like, but I never seen anyone vomit, like pass out mid vomit, and like locked
me neither.
up, like locked
Well,
up.
I've seen
Yeah.
like compilations of like people doing squatting and then they'll like pass out and they'll like vomit at the same time as they're
Yeah.
like down in the squatting
And they
position. It's
vomit,
like,
then
oh.
they stop vomiting, then they pass out. But he vomit as it was still gushing. And he was still gushing as he was passed out. Which freaked me out. Did you really just die?
There was an invisible dude running around. He just does a shit ton of damage. What the?
Is that a glitch or something? 'Cause I don't know what it is.
No, he's an invisible dude. That's what he is. I don't know why
That's
they put him
lame.
in his room though. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, especially with all these big guys are here. There you go. You should just do that then. No, whenever time you get to
Yeah.
a room, just do this.
I thought about it too. I was like, I remember there being a hard enemy in this room every time. There he is, fucker.
No, but that was crazy though. Like on God, if you would have smacked that, I don't know what would have
Bullshit.
happened if you would have smacked that rock. Just it's like,
That
and it's
teacher would've
jagged
fucked.
too. It's like jagged rock. Like they didn't even like try smoothing it out. It's just jagged. So not not pointy, but like there's like rocks still sticking out of
Enough
it.
to do fucking damage, yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, oh my god. He was like, what happened? I was like, no, don't talk to me, dude. There's like vomit all over his mouth. I'm like, nah. Like, you're going home. You're not talking to me. You're going home. I was like, oh my god. I've never seen that before. Like, him locked up mid-vomit and just tilt to the right. It'd have been better if he just would have fell into his own vomit, honestly. I should have just left him by the garbage can, honestly. We just... No, but a bunch of people passed out, too, during that final. A lot of people passed out. I know the period after me, someone passed out while sitting down. I guess everyone thought he was sleeping. He was like...
There you are, you fucker. Oh, it does damage now.
What?
My wind.
Your
That's
wind
what it
actually does
is.
damage? Okay. Oh, it does, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Does it still give you the defense thing? Does it still raise
Yeah,
the
it does.
defense? Oh.
Increases my defense, and if anyone's in close radius, it's the damage now. I like that.
Did you know?
Good for these big boys.
Did you know?
Yeah.
I want to tell a story of some dude in the locker room getting booped on his nose.
Getting what? Booped on his nose?
Or was it his cheek? I forgot what it was.
Dick on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it
Truman, do you
was.
remember that story?
Oh, what thing?
With Zane, when he put his dick on Aldo in the locker room?
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
you remember that
story,
one?
yeah.
I was there. I was in the fucking the same
Oh, fuck,
aisle
I
as
saw it.
him.
I held it in my hand the whole time.
That's the thing. We were all shirtless because we had just finished PE, and it was a Wednesday. Because I was pissed off because I was like, "Fuck! I barely made the mile. I did not want to run today."
Yeah.
Aldo is usually right. I didn't really talk to Aldo that much. We weren't really cool like that.
Mm.
But he was quiet that day, and Zane was just like fucking around doing his normal thing. So it was Zane, me, and Aldo all in the same row. Zane's talking to someone. I'm just changing my clothes, and out of nowhere, like me and Aldo have our shirts off. I grab my shit. I put my wife beater over my head, and I turn around to look at my Aldo because it's quiet. If it's quiet in the boys' locker room, there's a fucking problem. So I turn to my right, and I see Zane. I'm not thinking of it. I see Zane walk up to Aldo, and all I hear is, he just slapped the shit out of him. I turn to my right, and Aldo turns to his right, and he launches from the little bench that he's on. He launches from it. He goes head first into the locker, bams it, stumbles backwards, trips over the fucking bench thing, and lands on his back. He's like, oh. Zane put his dick on
his
Aldo's
shoulder.
and Aldo saw it and flipped the fuck out. And me, I'm looking at it like, he just put his flaccid dick on Aldo? And I looked at him and I was like, Zane wouldn't. I was like, just grabbed my shit, put my clothes on, and I walked out. I just walked out. I wasn't there for anything else. Aldo was just there scarred on the ground.